Manish Mehta of the New York Daily News previewing Bills at Jets tonight, MetLife Stadium. Manish, what's your feel on this game, man?
Well, I mean, it's obviously got a lot of wild card implications when you look at the AFC landscape. The Bills, Jets, Oakland, and Pittsburgh seem to be the legitimate four teams that are vying for the couple wild card spots. So you want to start off the second half of the season, obviously, on a good note. You had a 4-4 Buffalo team, which is built, in some respects, very similarly to the Jets. So, the Rex Ryan factor notwithstanding, this is an extremely important game, obviously, when you look at the playoff picture.
When you look at that Jets team, especially the secondary, let's start there. How many injuries will they be able to cobble together a good secondary?
Well, Antonio Cromartie, in all likelihood, is not going to play. He's doubtful. He's got a deep quad bruise. Calvin Pryor, their second-year safety, who had really made some significant strides here and been an important piece to the puzzle. He's going to miss, I believe, his third consecutive game with a high ankle sprain. So they've got some issues on the back end. Two healthy safeties for right now. They're going to have Marcus Williams replace Cromartie, and D. Milner, who came off the short-term IR, is going to be available as well. But they've got some issues there, but they do have secondary depth, and that is a concern. But I don't know how big of a concern it will be today, because I think they're going to make sure that Darrelle Revis has a little bit of help on Sammy Watkins, and I'm not sure there are many other receivers that can beat them. They're going to have to contend, however, with Shady McCoy and Clay, their tight end, and the Jets have had their issues covering tight ends and running back space.
Manish Mehta of the New York Daily News with Armin and Levac, 104.5 The Team. What's the most important factor for this Jets defense tonight, Manish?
Well, I think they got to control the line of scrimmage and bring heat on Tyrod Taylor, because if Taylor has time in the pocket, I do think that Sammy Watkins can consistently beat Darrelle Revis. Not a lot of deep stuff. I think you'll probably see a lot of short stuff and high volume. And the other element to that, of course, is that Taylor can use his legs. He's got two dimensions to his game. It's not passing. He can run, and you do a lot of design runs for him as well. So if they can control the line of scrimmage and create chaos and not give Taylor, consistent, clean pockets, I think they'll be in good shape. But that's a big if.
What's the latest on Ryan Fitzpatrick's thumb?
Well, it's still torn. He still has a torn ligament. My understanding is that if he does have the surgery on Friday, and it appears that's the direction that they're going, he should be ready for the following Sunday when they go to Houston and play the Texans on November 22nd. My understanding is that he would miss minimal practice time during the course of the week. He's already made it clear that he'd like to have the surgery in season, and when you look at the window that's available here, a couple extra days because of the Thursday night game, it would seem to make sense. But barring complications in the surgery, assuming he does have it tomorrow, I don't think that he'll miss any games.
So is it simple enough to say that the thumb didn't hold him back too much last week, and it shouldn't hold him back too much tonight?
Yeah, it didn't hold him back really much at all. I think he pointed to a couple plays last week that where the thumb affected what he normally would have done. The pain isn't unbearable. That's a non-issue. He's not even taking painkillers. I just think that the surgery is a little bit more complicated if he waits a few months until after the season, and if he can knock it out in season and not miss any game time, that makes the most sense.
Manish Mehta, NFL and Jets columnist for New York Daily News, Jets insider for NBC Sports and SNY as well. Jets, Bills tonight, Thursday night football. Chris Ivory last week was absolutely stopped. Well, the last 2 weeks, he has not been productive. What gives on why the Jets can't get the running game going the last 2 weeks?
Well, it's a combination of factors. I don't think there's any one culprit. You're absolutely right. He averaged 5.5 yards a carry in the first 4 games that he played. In these last 3 games, he's only averaged 1.5 yards a carry, and that's obviously not going to get it done. There are some injury issues, or there have been injury issues, I should say, along the offensive line. Nick Mangold missed the better part of the past 2 games. Willie Colon, their right guard, is now out for the season with a knee issue, and I think that's a part of it. The other part of it is that Ivory had been banged up a few weeks ago. I don't think he's hurt now, but maybe there was a little bit of hesitancy on his part. So, it's a combination of factors, and it's not going to get any easier tonight. The Bills are 6 against the run. It's a pretty formidable defensive front, even without Kyle Williams tonight. So I'm not sure tonight's the night where Chris Ivory is going to get healthy and well, so to speak. But that that clearly needs to change because that's the formula that they've had success with to this point. When Chris Ivory runs well, that really opens up things for Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker and Ryan Fitzpatrick in the passing game.
Your confidence level that they can be successful against this Bills defensive front?
I have my doubts.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you're going to see a big breakout game from Chris Ivory tonight. I think they're going to have to do it in other ways if they're going to win, and that means exploiting that Bills secondary, which is vulnerable.
Records aside, which coach do you think needs this game more, Bowles or Ryan?
Well, they're both first-year coaches, so for their short-term future, I don't think it really matters. But if you just look at the record, clearly the fact that Bills are coming in a game behind the Jets, lends you to think that Rex would want this game a little bit more. Other than the fact that he wants the game because it's the Jets, but when you look at the standings, the fact that they're 4-4, if they beat the Jets, they'll be tied in record. They'll have the tiebreaker for now. They play each other, of course, in Buffalo later in the season. But yeah, I would say when you look at just the way that the playoff picture and the wild card picture is shaping up, Buffalo would need this game a little bit more.
Manish Mehta of the New York Daily News at MMehtaNYDN on Twitter for all your Jets news. Have the tweet sent to your phone, man. That's how I do it, Manish. It helps me out all the time. Hey, Manish, tell us, Rex Ryan returning tonight to MetLife Stadium. How is this going to go behind the scenes? Does Rex know all the security guys and give everybody hugs? Does he give high fives to all the familiar faces? How does this thing play out?
Well, yeah, he does know everybody, and I'm sure he'll, give a lot of bro hugs to people that he sees before the game, security, people who work around the stadium, obviously his former players. He actually had his favorite restaurant in New Jersey cater the Bills post-game spread. So, he's got a lot of friends that are still in the area. It does mean a lot to him. I know he's tried to kind of tone that down in the run-up to this game because it is an important game just from a football standpoint. But if the Bills do win, I think you'll see a pretty spirited post-game press conference, probably loaded with one-liners because he does, he absolutely wants to win. He doesn't harbor any ill feelings toward Woody Johnson, of course, because he's the guy who gave him his first opportunity as a head coach. But he wasn't particularly pleased with how the last couple years went. Not getting support from the general manager, John Idzik, who obviously was a complete mess and a fire as well. So, there's a little bit of, ill feelings in terms of how things went down, but he still has an affinity for the owner.
You and Rex had a great relationship. You miss him?
Rex and I had our ups and downs. It wasn't all great. And remember, he did turn sideways when I asked the question once a couple of years ago in a press conference. So, we had our moments. But Rex is I think Rex is a good guy, a decent guy. Clearly makes covering him from a media perspective very entertaining. So no complaints over all those years that I covered him.
Manish, the red and the green uniforms tonight, how nutty are those going to be, huh?
Yeah, it's brutal. It's absolutely horrible. It's horrific. I understand why the league is doing it. Ultimately, the bottom line is that they can probably get some more money out of it. I think both are hideous. I'm equal opportunity here. I don't like the Bills uniforms tonight, and I don't like the Jets either. The Jets are feeling this as a green out. I guess they want everybody to wear green, but I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest with you.
Your favorite Rex Ryan moment when he was with the Jets?
There's a million of them.
Yeah.
there's a million of them. I will tell you that I did get a hearty laugh. I still get a hearty laugh now when I see him dressed up with the wig and the pillow under his stomach when he was trying to be like his brother when they were playing the Browns. I thought that was pretty funny.
Manish Mehta of the New York Daily News covers the Jets in a damn good way. Follow him on Twitter at MMehtaNYDN. Manish, have some fun tonight, man. Thanks for your time today. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.